That was on mute. That was a test. Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. All right, guys. Today we are doing a Ask Me Anything about the Galaxy S24, S24 series, S24 Ultra specifically. I have had the phone for 4 days now. 4 days now, I think total. So I have been using it. Have really gotten a lot done with it. So very happy to see what I have seen so far. But I do want to answer any and all questions. So there's only 4 quick articles today that I'm going to be going over, and then I will get to all of your questions. So I saw a really good question about the AI. There's been a lot of bad information been given about this, so I will address that because a lot of people that are saying this are really doing the wrong thing and leading people to the wrong conclusions when it's a matter of stipulation and normal business. But I will get to that in a second. So fading in and out. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you guys can hear me. If anything's a go, someone said the sound is fading in and out. I know the sound at first was completely off, but hopefully now it is okay. Let me know how it sounds. But if everything is good, I will get to the first article. And if I see anything bad with the sound in the chat, sound seems fine to me now. Okay, cool. All right, so now let's get to it. So the first big thing is that don't trust any camera comparisons out there for the Galaxy S24. Now, I did a first impressions video the day of that just went up. So I do want to address this though, that Samsung is about to push out a software update in 2 days that is going to be a major camera specifically update. So this is always kind of like a very hard to figure out situation, right? Because when it comes to software updates, obviously the date that is most important is the date it launches. What is the phone like on the day of? It's why I always recommend to other influencers that do a lot of reviews, do a week after, do a 2 weeks after, do an at launch video so that it's better suited for that. I just think that's always the best way to do a video, just because you're actually going to get closer to the software that people that are actually buying it are going to get. That being said, there have been a lot of camera comparisons out there that have talked about the camera for better or for worst, and it's all moot because all the software updates are coming for the camera, and that will change a lot of features. So I don't recommend looking at any camera comparison until at the end of next week, or knowing that it was taken after the update. Just my opinion, but it just makes more sense. Now, all that being said, I will say, if you look at my first impressions video, I was very, very impressed from the difference from just the S23 Ultra to the S24 Ultra. And I thought that was okay to kind of put out there because I don't really want to test it against the Pixel, which I was doing beforehand. We had a trip that a lot of influencers got to take a lot of photos, a lot of videos, and very impressive stuff. But at the same time, now I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do the comparison shots to the Pixel because that might be completely wrong. And I might give you guys the wrong answers on how they compare if I don't do it later. So I'm not going to do a camera comparison till after this software update. After the software update, then I will start doing more photos, more videos, and do a full camera comparison for you guys to get the full lowdown on how it will be. So yeah. So that is what I am expecting to do. Then we also have in the next article about the Apple Vision Pro. Did it sell out on the first day? No, it did not. The lowest price unit has seemed to push back until March, so that one is yes, but the other ones did not. Overall, what we're seeing is just in terms of Apple, it is a very slow process because of the fact that you have to go into a store. They're not letting people buy it because they know it'll have a huge return rate if they let people buy it without actually properly being taught how to use it. So you literally have to make a half an hour appointment just to buy this product. And that is because they want to make sure that it's all said and done and great. Now I'm going to do a video on this one, and the video will be titled, and I'll go more into it in the video, but why I am 100% guaranteeing this product will fail. 100% guaranteeing. There's not a doubt in my mind that this is going to fail as a product in terms of especially what a lot of influencers are hyping up. I would say the one that I've seen the most, the best kind of answer to it is the fact that this is really a big thing for Justina actually really surprised me in her take on this device because she admittedly said like I don't know how you can justify the price in a lot of ways because like unless you're replacing something it's 3,500 closer to 4,000 with tax, so it's a lot of money, right? And you know, for being the biggest Apple fan person I would say out there in terms of loving Apple products and truly genuine person, that was so cool to see like just you know her like you can tell she's a real good person, and I briefly met her at events before, but just kind of like yeah, really cool person in terms of just being able to like ground herself with other people. So yes, that will be the title, and it will be coming out I believe on Tuesday. Tomorrow is going to be on my 7 reasons why you should buy the Galaxy S24. It's a lot of reasons, and I think I will get a lot of you guys to probably see why it's worth the upgrade. But wait till that happens again tomorrow. Okay. Another thing which is kind of interesting is going to be that the EU might once again make Apple do something that and I really have to give a shout out to the EU, although I am worried about how much control they're kind of throwing out there at this point, just because like will the other shoe drop and it kind of be too much control at some point. But the EU has made Apple change to USB Type C from Lightning. The EU has also said that Apple has to open up its App Store. It can no longer have a monopoly on the iPhone's App Store. It has to allow people to sideload apps, which is great. And then finally, the EU is now making it so that Apple has to open up its NFC. So this is really interesting because, you know, Android's NFC has been opened up for a long time. And the idea behind Open Up NFC is that we were able to do a lot of things from NFC tags to NFC, you know, business cards, which Apple has opened up some of those, like Apple integrating with Apple's contacts. But the whole idea behind this is that you can make so many more apps and so many more integrations if you let third-party apps use it. Like on Samsung phones, I can use Google Pay or Samsung Pay. I'm not limited to just Samsung Pay or Google Pay. So I've always loved that ability that you can actually use third-party apps on NFC. And this is something that's going to come more and more to all devices. So I'm really happy for this. I think it's a really good idea, and I'm all for it. Again, I'm just a little kind of worried at this point about the EU kind of going possibly even too far. We'll have to wait and see. I still think the removable battery, for instance, was a step too far. I don't think that's needed in products nowadays. I don't. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. All right, and the last bit of news is great news for anyone that was liking the Pixel watches, the look of them, but just wanted a bigger screen. The Pixel 3 looks like it is going to have two variants in sizes. It looks like it's going to be, I know one was the 47 was the bigger one, very happy about that, and the 43 will be the smaller one. So it definitely looks like, oh wait, sorry. No wait, that was the Galaxy Watch Classic. Um we don't yet know. I thought I saw it, maybe it was in another article that I was looking at. Um 41 is going to be the smaller one, and we do expect the other one to be bigger, but I guess there's not an exact size yet. I would imagine it was 45. I wanted to say that I read in the other article, mirroring the Apple Watch, but we'll have to wait and see to verify that. But yeah, I'm happy for this because I do think the Pixel Watch is too small for me personally. I would want a bigger version of it. All right, guys, but that was the news. Now to get to your questions. Again, if you have any question you want to ask it in the comment section down below. I am going to be answering any and all questions on the Galaxy S24 specifically and the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So please, if you have any questions about this device, let me know in the comment section. This is the silver version of it, so you can kind of see it here. The silver titanium version, and yeah, I do like this one. I was gonna personally order this one, but it was delayed by the time I got it. So one thing I don't like about Samsung's pre-orders that I've always said I've had an issue with. If you do it right on day one, you don't always get your $50+ bonus for making the reservation. I got the notification for the reservation the day after. So I canceled my original order, which already did say it was delayed. So it had told me it was going to be delayed. So I was like, well, if it's going to be delayed, I might as well get a new funky color. So I got the blue and black trim. Plus, I have this S23 Ultra, or sorry, S24 Ultra. So I am fine with kind of, just doing it that way. By the way, one question I've already gotten is, do the cases for the S23 Ultra go on the S24 Ultra? No, they are slightly different. The S24 Ultra basically is slightly thinner, and because of that reason, the button presses do not work really well on if you put it in an S23 case. It kind of fits, but the button presses are completely out of whack. So yeah, that's the main thing. You will have to probably buy a new case. I would not recommend keeping it because it's going to fall out. That's the really big worry for me. All right, now let's get to your questions. Again, if you have any questions about the S24 Ultra, about the Vision Pro, about any of the products, let me know in the comment section. But let's get to the big one, which is one question that Daniel asked at the beginning of this. And it's a very big deal because it is, in my opinion, a lot of wrong information given. And a lot of people don't understand what this actually means. So let me clarify this. All right, CKY, I hear Samsung is offering free AI features until the end of 2025. This is going around a lot. After that, you might have to subscribe to whatever come up with in order to have those features. Is this true? Thank you. No. No, it's not true. You want to know what this actually is? Let me tell you guys. And I'm going to do a whole video on this because I really think this is a wrong idea to have, and it's a very simple answer actually. Most of these AI features are actually not from Samsung. That's the truth. At all, the truth is that most of these AI features are actually not from Samsung. They're actually from Google. So Google is providing all of these features on this Samsung device. They have an agreement for 2 years. So no, AI is not going to be a charge for service after. They have an agreement for 2 years first, and then they will extend that agreement, and we'll see on what devices. Now, does that mean you should worry about, well, what if Samsung and Google can't reach an agreement? Will they take it out? The bad press that would cause is horrible, especially when Samsung and Google have just committed to 7 years of updates, and then this would be an issue. So no, there is no taking away of these features that it's going to happen. There is, more importantly, no plans to charge for these features that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Simply because of that. So yeah, just so you guys know, that is why that is in the fine print. That is why it's in the agreement. It's because Google is providing the translation feature. All of these different features are actually from Gemini Nano and Gemini Pro, which is Google's AI that Samsung and Google have made a partnership with, and that is the situation. So yeah, that's why it has a 2-year period. Is it going away? Is it going to, no. I would now, while I can't guarantee that, I will say that it would just be too much of a bad press to do it, especially when Google is trying to compete and Apple and Samsung is trying to compete with Apple. They want this platform. If anything, the reason why Google did this is to get on more devices. That's why they did it. Is now Gemini is going to have a wide range because let's face it, Samsung sells more than Pixel. So even though they had Gemini Nano previously on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and that's why Google's circled search is going on the Pixel 8 Pro. It's not yet, by the way. It's still not available yet, but that is the best part of it, is that Google needs this information. How Google operates as a search company is by getting bigger and bigger, getting bigger and bigger focus groups, essentially, getting bigger and bigger beta tester, getting bigger and bigger things. The reason why their search became so good is because they had as many users as possible. So that is what's going to happen with this one. So yeah, there's your answer. It a lot of people were worried about it. A lot of people were fearful of it. Samsung is not going to charge for the Galaxy AI features. It is just because Google is enabling most of those features. Now, the reason why it wasn't made public was because of that. That then it kind of takes away the shine from Samsung. Like, well, Google's really the one doing this. Yes, they are, but it was a huge partnership and a huge. Let me just put it this way: Google paid for this. Google paid to be on Samsung phones because Samsung was in talks with ChatGPT, was in talks with Microsoft to replace Google search everything with ChatGPT and all of Microsoft services. So Google paid to be on here. Do you think that that is going to change? That as there's more and more of a challenge that Google isn't going to keep paying to be on there to provide these services, or do you think they would really upset Samsung customers? It's clearly simple, but again, a lot of these things aren't very known, so I wanted to clarify all that. And I will do a more video in depth of that kind of stuff, but since it was the first question brought up, I wanted to make sure to answer it right away. I'm waiting for your report tomorrow on the S24 Ultra. Right now, I'm thinking of staying with the S22 Ultra. I mean, I will say if you haven't checked out my first impressions already, if you do shoot low light photography, man, it is night and day difference between the S23 Ultra and the S22 Ultra. The S22 Ultra, in my opinion, already didn't have as good focus as the S23. So now that the S24 Ultra is here with way better low light, I would say if that isn't important, take a look at that. But there's 6 more reasons to jump as well. And again, not to say anyone needs it, not to say anyone needs the jump, but yeah, there you go. All right. Um. Let's see. Just curious, what color on the S24 Ultra did you order? Now that you have it, will the case for the S22 Ultra fit? So I already did answer that one. The S22 Ultra cases don't fit precisely. They basically the button clicks aren't as good. So no, I would not recommend. I would recommend getting a new case for it. Um, all right. Ooh, interesting. Title of Vision Pro. I thought you were talking about the S24 Ultra. Yeah, sorry, that's what I was talking about. A second, or yeah, S24 Ultra. I'm still, I still have the S22 Ultra. Don't feel the need to upgrade to the S24 Ultra. If I upgrade, I would wait for the upcoming Z Fold. Will be. So here's the thing. I talked to more and more people that went on the Korea trip last year, and in the Korea trip last year for the Fold 4 or 5, um, they saw the perfect fold in that trip. Um, they saw a fold with an S Pen built in and a bigger battery. So, in my opinion, and a better camera. So all of those things, the 3 things we've been wanting for in a fold, they saw. The engineers there and some of the people that visited did say that they felt it was too heavy at that point and too thick at that point, and that's why they had not made the move for the Fold 5. But I am very, very strongly in the opinion that the Fold 6 will have closer to an aspect ratio of the OnePlus Open, which is a superior aspect ratio. So, just to give an idea, these are the 2 phones. Sorry. These are the 2 phones. So you can see this one, the OnePlus Open, is the better aspect ratio because it's wider screen, it's normal size phone, whereas this one is still narrow. It does look like Samsung is moving towards this aspect ratio at the very least in the upcoming device, but after that, we'll have to kind of wait and see. um, so yeah. And by the way, John, thank you so much for your super chat donation. I really do appreciate it. Um, Now, the one thing I always will clarify, kind of thing, is that the Fold typically will never have as good a camera as an Ultra, right? So just know that going in. if your battery life and camera are the two most important things, then the Ultra is always the better way to go. If you want a bigger aspect ratio, different kinds of things, the Fold is a great way to go. I myself switch between these two phones personally for my main phone every single year. I will be rocking the S24 Ultra until the Fold 6 comes out, and then I will make my decision at that point if I'm going to buy the Fold 6. Now, I do believe I'll buy the Fold 6 just because I have the Fold 4, missed the Fold 5. The Fold 5 wasn't worth it to my. So I'm curious to see what the Fold 6 will have. I really like what I see on the S24 Ultra, but I'm having trouble trading in my Fold 5. If you like the bigger screen, man, I totally understand. That's a benefit of the Fold that you do not get on Samsung device. Um, what does LTE mean? God, I remember. Oh man, I don't know what LTE stands for. What does LTE stand for? Long-term evolution. So long-term evolution was LTE. That essentially is 4G. Before there was 1G or 1X on most smartphones, 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, and then 5G. For the most part, there is only now LTE and 5G. 2G is dead pretty much in the US entirely. 3G is mostly gone, but some carriers still do use it. But it's more about 5G now and LTE, and that's kind of standardized across the board for most people now. So yeah. S24 Ultra or S Fold 4 or Galaxy Fold 4. I would say S24 Ultra hands down. For me. And again, that is not for everyone. I understand that. But for me, the two most important things is the camera quality and my battery life. Battery life is good on the foldables now, I will say. But man, when it comes to that camera, it is such a night and day difference. So for me, it has to be the S24 Ultra. And again, that's for me. Um, how is the battery life on the S24 Ultra? Better than the S22 Ultra? So yes, I can definitely say it's better than the S22 Ultra. I'm not comfortable with it enough to say it's way better than the S23 Ultra. There's one thing that's kept me from moving over to this phone entirely that I'm trying to figure out with YouTube or Google assistance, and I posted it on X or Twitter. But here's the thing: the big thing that has an annoyance, especially for influencers that switch a lot of phones, is that YouTube has this policy where you can only have your YouTube Premium benefits on 10 devices per year. And although that sounds like a lot, as an influencer, I have more devices than that. YouTube also has a big issue where I cannot see what devices are on my list. I can also not manually deauthorize any of those devices. It is a big issue that YouTube has had for many, many years. They have always removed the devices and just done every 2 or 3 years when I need it. But this year they are trying not to budge. I am asking like, hey, like this is ridiculous. I literally just want to use a service that I pay for. Also, may I add that you have no way, and I promise you this, you have no way of me actually telling what 10 devices are active on YouTube, how to manually deauthorize any of the devices, and like there's no view to this. You can see what devices are on your Google account. Sure, great, awesome. You can't actually see what devices are on your YouTube Premium specifically. And it's just a stupid rule. It makes no sense or no difference. And yeah, it needs to be done away with. But yeah, YouTube tells it. So because of that, I have not moved over to this device entirely. I will move to it more than likely by Tuesday, and then I can give a more accurate reading on the battery life. But I will say the S23 Ultra had a way better battery life than the S22 Ultra because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Gen 2 to Gen 1 was a huge difference in battery life. Battery life was way, way better. Like, just extremely better. I'm talking about 3 hours longer easily. So, and that's a full usage, actual screen on time, by the way, not just like whatever. So yes, I will say that the S24 is going to have better than the S22, but I have to wait and see after putting it through its proper paces of a full heavy day usage to see how it does. And after I do my video, or at least recording for it anyway, how to improve battery life and make your camera better, because both those videos will be coming out. I will most likely do those videos towards the end of this week, so that basically if you happen to get it on the 26th, I am hoping to have all the videos lined up by then, or the 27th at the very latest. What I'm hoping for is the 24th is a hidden feature, or sorry, tips and tricks video. I'm hoping for the 25th to be the better how to improve your battery life. Uh, or sorry, no, that is part of that one. So 24th should be how to improve your battery life and tips and tricks video and make it faster. And then 25th will be how to take better photos. Again, that'll be 2 days after the camera update, so good on that. And then 29th is when I'm hoping the hidden features video will be. So again, all should be before most people get the phone on the 31st. And then that way, it's the first time I've been lined up for you guys beforehand. But if there's any other videos you want to see, please let me know, because those are the three main ones that obviously I get the most views for, hundreds of thousands of views of. But if you guys want to see something else, please let me know in the comment section. All right. Um, let's see. Are you going to reserve at the Apple Store and try to get the Vision Pro? No, absolutely not. I have no interest in the Vision Pro. I have no interest in the Vision Pro technology, to be honest. To me, and again, maybe some device will come and change my mind about this. A Vision Pro could be one of it, but it's not going to be consumer based. So there, here's the thing: I do not believe in virtual reality. That it is anywhere near ready. That is my opinion. I think augmented reality is more of the future, and XR is kind of a possibility. But augmented reality is a true future. When I use the TCL glasses, that video hasn't come out yet. I'm hoping I'll drop it probably Tuesday or Wednesday for that one. But the idea behind that one, probably Tuesday or no, I don't know. It's a short video, so we'll see. Um, but that video for TCL augmented reality is so great. Like, the person was talking to me in a different language and it was just translating eyesight wise. So that is perfect, right? Navigation through your eyes, perfect. Text messages through your eyes, perfect. This is Augmented reality is so much more useful. For me, I have the Virtue XR gaming glasses, and fun for gaming if I want to lay down in my couch or lay down in my bed and play, looking up at the screen, seeing 120-inch whatever screen size they always say. um Great, great for that. But for me, this just isn't it. In terms of VR is still too heavy in my opinion. um the quality of games still isn't there as well in my opinion. Like, there's not like, oh my god, the oh my god game you have to get. There is, Half-Life, Alice, there's a lot of great ones, Darth Vader Immortal, like there's a lot of good ones out there. But for me, there's just still not that, like, I have to play this game on VR out there. And that's my opinion on it. But I still think it's just not there in terms of power, and I think we'll get there. I think we will get there. I still think we're 5 years away from VR being a real thing that people will get into. I don't think it's here now. I don't think Apple's going to change anything with it. I think they'll sell, of their second product, they'll sell 1 million units of that one. This one, they're not going to even get close to it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Don't get me wrong, but it's not where it is. Where it is not where it needs to be. in order to astound people and to make that shift, to make people buy it. People aren't interested. That is what I've learned. And this is from having the very first Samsung Gear VR, the first realm into VR, the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, all of these devices. Used them all, used up to the new ones. For me, all that I've heard over and over again is it's fun, it's cool, and then it you stop using it. This is a person that also bought the PSVR 2, and I have not used it since the first month I purchased it. So yeah. um, let's see. I have an S23 Ultra. Don't see a reason to upgrade to the S24 Ultra. Seen comparison, no big difference. Deals will be better later, just like I said last year. Yeah, I mean, look, I think deals are going to be good now, and you're not going to get a better deal till probably Prime Day. That'll be the next set of deals that'll be probably this low, but that's in July. So it depends if you want a new phone now or if you don't see a reason, then wait. That would be my opinion. Or the next set of deals will be probably, I mean, you could wait for the next Prime Day after the Prime Day 2 in October, or you could wait for Black Friday, and that'll be equally as good. So yeah, those are all the best deals, I would say. Um, hey, Ricky, how redundant is your data when you use Google Drive? Your data is stored in multiple locations over uh, data centers. Yeah, so I mean, I don't have in depth idea of how Google's data centers work, but typically, okay, this is a good example. It's not Google's, but it's Amazon's. Amazon's AWS is what most of the big websites on the internet run on, is AWS. They have four gigantic servers in the US. So literally in four different corners of the US, they have different servers. Then on top of that, they have local servers as well that connect to those. The four servers are entirely redundant of each other, and then they have other servers that do more up-to-date, quicker data. It's why you never have a problem with most internet websites, because it's just full of redundancies and a lot. So yeah, would I say your storage and data is protected? Yes. Like it's just redundancies and storage data are, they know how much trouble they would be in. So yeah, they really want to do that. Let's see. Fold phone supposed to be the same camera as the S24 Ultra. I extremely, extremely doubt it. And I'm talking to people that would know, not know. As far as I know, there's been nothing like the Fold 6 will get the S24 camera. Now, could it get the S22 camera? Possibly. That was the last 108 megapixel camera. It could get that one as a main sensor. That is far more likely than getting the 200 megapixel camera on the S24 Ultra. Yeah, no. If that changes, I'll let you know. But as of right now, everything I heard on this trip from everyone that would have an insight to that, no, that's not even close. Um, that's one complaint I heard, that YouTube reviewers, that low light is not that good, but always fell to say it's pre-software. Yeah, it is pre-software for sure. Um, all right, let's see. Um, hi, I got the Galaxy Note 9, worth the upgrade to the S24 Ultra. In short, yes, man. It's a huge upgrade. It would be a huge upgrade for you. Battery life, camera, just overall UI, like everything is better than it was then. With the exception of, I think the Note 9 still had a SD card slot, so that's one thing you lose. But like, I mean, right now you can get a 512 gig storage for the price of the 256 if you pre-order. So, you know, yeah. Um, let's see. Any news on the new Galaxy Buds Pro? No. Like I said, it doesn't like they'll be coming out till. I mean, maybe they might do a little launch at MWC, but more than likely it's going to be with the Fold in July. Ricky, do you think Microsoft can compete with Google in terms of services? I still prefer Microsoft services such as Outlook, etc. Um, I mean, they never have. I will say that. Like outside of corporations, Microsoft isn't used by anyone that I know. Like outside of corporations, I don't know anyone that uses Microsoft um, ecosystem in terms of Outlook, Teams, Planner, all of those services, SharePoint, even OneDrive. I don't know anyone that uses those over Google because Google just syncs across multiple things. And more importantly than ever, the one of the reasons why I can't see Microsoft singing more is because the number one device we use isn't our computers, it's our phones. And Google integrates better with your phone than Microsoft does because Microsoft doesn't make the phone. So yeah, I don't see them ever measuring up to Google because of that. I think for corporate stuff, they're always going to be number one. I just can't see Google ever competing in that. Although they've tried, right? They've tried for a long time, but I don't see them competing with that. Um, any news on the foldable in November? So the foldable will be coming out in July. That'll be the announcement. Um, should I upgrade if I have an S22 to the S24 or wait for the S25? Ultra question. Um, Again, I'll do the video tomorrow on 7 reasons you should upgrade to the S24 Ultra, and you make the decision from there. So yeah, why doesn't Samsung bring back the IR blasters and give us faster charging speeds? Um, yeah, so I would want Samsung. So I'm not under the belief that Samsung needs to give me like 100 watt charging. I don't care, but 65 watt, I want that. It's at 45. It's not the slowest. It's not like, Apple where it's at 30 watt. It's at 45 at least. But would I want 60 watt? Yes. Will hopefully we get it? Yes. Would I want a faster transfer rate? That is actually more important than me than getting the 65 watt, to be honest. But yeah, those are the things that I care about when it comes to that. So yeah. um, but yeah, for the IR blaster, oof. Yeah, I mean it's the one thing I will say that I will hate it when I sell the OnePlus Open because it did have an IR blaster, so I did like having that again on a newer device. Because even TCL, the one phone that I always have that has an IR blaster, is I think 3 years old now because they haven't put the IR blaster in their new phones. So yeah. Um, let's see. I got a portable CarPlay Android Auto. There I can download YouTube app and the phone so it can work. Wait. I got a portable Android Auto. Is there a way to download the YouTube app to the phone so I can work with CarPlay, not talking screen mirroring? No. No, there is no way to download YouTube app as far as I know on either CarPlay or Android Auto. Google doesn't want you to do that basically. Um, I've heard of sideloading ways, but all of them seem kind of like I wouldn't trust it. So that's my opinion. But yeah, as far as I know, there's no easy way to be able to do that yet. Other than go to the website and do it that way, if your Android Auto does have a web browser, that would be it. Um, let's see. LTE limited time event like this program. What case are you using for the S24 Ultra? So I'm using two things on this device. So first is The case that I'm using, I think it's Hermix. Let me see the exact name of it. But I am going to replace it, by the way, just so you guys know. And I'll give you guys both links just so you have them. But so I really like this case because it is a MagSafe, and then you also have a built-in kickstand. So I have a built-in kickstand. It really works better this way than this way. This way you can tip over kind of easily, but it's a nice built-in kickstand to have it on there. Um, okay. So these are my first two cases that I'm getting now. I'm getting a but these are my first two. So this is the one I literally have right here. It's the translucent case. 29 bucks. I got specific version. Yeah. So I did get the translucent version, and there are different colors you can get for it as well. So this is the first one. I got it because I can get it right away. So this is the first case. My preferred case, however, is going to be this one. You can tell is the one that I have for the S23 Ultra. Mouse is a more expensive case, but it offers really good protection. Really, yeah, just the drop protection on this one is really good. Plus, it has MagSafe, so I really do like it for that. So yeah, this one is coming, I think, tomorrow for me. I haven't got it yet, but this is the other one. Okay. And for those of you watching right now, I will give you a little preview into something that is an issue with the S24 Ultra. And I'm going to do a video on this separately, but I kind of uh, um, this this is Tech Today. I think is the full name. Brandon, great influencer, really cool guy. Um, he told me about this, and then I tested it on the case with the MagSafe to confirm what he had heard. But basically, um, the S Pen does not work when you attach a strong magnet via MagSafe. So that is important to know because the S Pen basically just doesn't work well at all when you do that. So if you happen to write on here, right, hello, that is how, great, works fine. But then when I attach a MagSafe to it, okay, well, that part didn't work, but you can kind of see it's just not as concurrent. Sometimes it will work, but like, see, like that, it's just not. There's certain parts that do not, there's certain stutters in that aspect, and it's when you use the S Pen. So that is one of the reasons apparently why Samsung did not put Qi 2 wireless charging on here, because the S Pen messes with the magnet, and depending on the Qi 2 accessory you would put on there, it would not work. Now, does Qi 2 wireless charging work on here? Yes, absolutely. Any Qi wireless charging, MagSafe charging, all that kind of stuff works here, no problem. All MagSafe accessories work on here with a case, no problem. But using an S Pen at the same time as when you have a magnet on there does not work. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Ditch Apple and get an Android. You could do an app. You would not put the S24 Ultra. Cough cough. Sam. Yes. So I did tell you guys I was gonna do that. I no longer have Samsung Hub to find my gaming apps. However, Samsung Hub does automatically still turn on when you launch a game. So you get all the benefits, but none of the ads. Best way to do it. Definitely. You need to get a Vision Pro to properly give an opinion. You need to use it yourself. I have no need to use it myself. And while I do agree with that, like I get iPhones every year for that reason, the Vision Pro is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So there is no reason for me to get it. There is no reason the ROI isn't there for me to get it. There is literally no reason for me to get it. Um, what a good earbud to buy with the Pixel 8 Pro. Um, I will say, recently, there's so many videos that I still have for you guys that I'm not able to do. I understand that. I did recently find possibly a way that I will hopefully get to be able to get an editor again. Because as you know, when I was having an editor, I was cranking out videos like crazy. Uh, so hopefully that does work, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But one that I really have to recommend so much so well for the best calling quality. If you want the best calling quality, it's an Apple product. It is the Beats Studio Plus. These ones have really done really well. Um, Beats Studio. These ones I have just really liked. The quality of is so good. I would see if it's on sale somewhere. Maybe I'll check Best Buy after this. But really good. They do go on sale, so maybe wait till it's like I said. Um, but these are really good ones. Now my go-to ones that I love for sound quality and the ability to pair to multiple devices is still going to be Jabra. I am currently using the Jabra Elite 10, uh, but I will say, like the Jabra 7 Pros are still going to be better in terms of call quality, actually, and I'll explain why in a second. Um, Elite Pros. I loved these ones for a while, but they crapped out on me. I have to see about that. But okay, so the ones I'm currently using. Here's the thing: they do not have great call quality. And at yes, Jabra told me a big patch update in March for these to have much better call quality, like night and day difference. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait till then because what's the point of reviewing it now if they don't have good call quality? So these ones actually have better call quality and they're cheaper, and they're really good. Jabra is great for being able to pair to any two devices out there without any issue. So that is a big thing. So yeah. But yeah, those are them. If you want like under $100, probably Soundcore. Soundcore is probably where it's gonna be at. Um, let's see. I think those might be it, but let me see if there's any other ones. Yeah, I think these are going to be it. If you want like ones for like $100, these would probably be great ones to go with. All right. Let's see. On your Samsung phone, do you use Google Messenger or Samsung Messenger? Google Messenger. I'm actually curious. Is Samsung Messenger? Samsung Messages is still a thing. I thought it wasn't honestly, but yeah, Google Messages is what I use. What comes by default now actually. So yeah, really good for that purpose. Um, MagSafe Pen Gate. I love it. Do MagSafe cases still wirelessly charge as Samsung wireless charger? Yes. Um, on yeah. Hey, RICKY, is there a quick way to transfer pics from Google Photo app back to the device photo album. I accidentally transferred them to save space, but now I realize that but now I realize I have to search for them. The quickest way would be to, if there's a bunch of them, I don't know if there's a quick way around it, because the quickest way is just to like download onto device. But let's see. Trying to look at photos that I did not take with this. Had to. Uh, I don't know if you can. No. The quickest way I would actually recommend is downloading it onto your laptop and then do and then do nearby share to move it to your phone. That is the quickest way off the top of my head that I can think of without going too much into it. So download them onto your computer. You can do it a group wise onto your computer. Download them onto your computer, and then once they're on your computer, if you don't have it already, nearby share is a feature that you can get on your Windows laptop. I don't know if you can get it on a Mac actually off the top of my head, but that way you can transfer it over, or Chromebook. Um, I have a Galaxy S10 and an S9. I don't like anymore. And I was just wondering, should I do about the batteries? Because I heard if you leave a phone sitting for long, it will blow up. It can swell. I wouldn't say blow up would be the right word, but it can swell for a long time if you don't use them. The best thing to do is essentially on, like maybe once a month, charge it and let it drain again. And that would be the best thing for battery life longevity. Uh, let's see. I'm an Apple fan for life. Totally understand. Does the S24 Ultra get hot like the S22 Ultra? I have not had it get hot at all actually on me so far. I'm trying to remember. I think when I transferred over everything, I was charging it at the same time. It was, I remember, warm, but not hot even. So yeah, I cannot say it was hot yet. Yet. Haven't put it on on my windshield in the California heat, so we'll have to wait and see. Um, some wallet cases do that also with S Pen. I figured it out and having it replaced with a new one. Let's see. Hey Ricky, what phone do you recommend for running a couple of OnlyFans? OnlyFans? I don't know. That I mean, technically for running OnlyFans, if you're doing it off of the phone, you just want a really good camera. So the S24 Ultra would be great for that, for any low light photography you might be taking, and really much improved video quality for low light. So maybe the S24 Ultra is the one that we want to go. But Pixel would also be good just for really good camera taking. There you go. All right, guys. I think we will call that a night, though. Thank you, Quiet Storm, for reminding me at the time. But yeah, hopefully that answered some of your questions on the S24 Ultra. A lot of videos coming this week, so stay tuned. And yeah, a lot of things that we'll be talking to you about. Have you heard anything about AT&T's glitch on their site and app? I called them and was told it was a glitch. I can't order the S24 Ultra. That sucks. I would try to go to them in person, or maybe go to a Best Buy and get it for AT&T that way. But yeah, I'm not sure how far the glitch goes. So hopefully one of those will work. All right, guys. Hopefully you did like this video. If you did, please give a like, thumbs up before you head out, and make sure to. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna start saying now, at least in this conversation. Please, if you haven't, turn on your notifications. it really helps me out. The more views are seen in the first 24 hours by you guys for YouTube's algorithm to really help out. I noticed even with my big videos that typically get a lot of views, I am not getting the same kind of views that I used to. As you know, I'm building back up again. Obviously, I didn't do a lot of videos before. I'm starting to do more videos now. So although I'll keep that trend going for you guys, I just ask if you can make sure to see it within the first 24 hours. It really helps me out, especially when I'm going to be dropping videos every day this week. Hopefully, you guys do like them, and if you do, make sure to share them. It helps me out. Thank you as always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.
Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Also, follow us on social media at YouTube Tech Guy, and check out some more